Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. Welcome to the cricket show today. That's on a Monday, and I have to definitely say that the writing was definitely on the wall, and that's what precisely happened. So absolutely no surprises. In fact, India went on to win the match against New Zealand. As I said, it was a very tall target. They needed 320 odd runs. It was always going to be a very onerous task on a very tricky pitch, and that's what precisely happened as India actually took a 1-0 lead in the test series when they actually defeated the Kiwis by 97 runs. The only resistance coming in from Luke Ronchi, the overnight batsman, and Mitchell Santner. Other than that, there was not much of a resistance, and the New Zealand innings totally were completely decimated. But the man once again, it was Ravichandran Ashwin going on to her 10 wicket haul, and this is his fifth 10 wicket haul in Test cricket. So he's really going very strong, Ravichandran Ashwin. And so I'm going to go look at and also look at some cricket news. So first, let's head towards the majority. Will be concentrating on this particular match as it happened. And so, just talking about the game, they resumed at that overnight score, Luke Ronchi and Santner, and they were doing a wonderful job. In fact, they were really doing a fine job. Yesterday they were there for a brief time, and today we saw that both Luke Ronchi was not a person who was not. He was not the one to be cowed down, and despite the pitch taking a lot of turn, it was Luke Ronchi who was taking the Indian attack on, which was good to see. And he played some very good strokes in his knock. And Mitchell Santner, who yesterday was really playing second fiddle, yes, definitely he was giving company to Luke Ronchi, but today he came up with some very nice strokes, and he showed what a good all-rounder he can be for New Zealand. I'm sure Mitchell Santner, the left-arm spinner from New Zealand, is going to be following in the footsteps of Daniel Vettori. They are definitely getting another Daniel Vettori in the making there. Useful with his batting, useful with his bowling, and that's what we saw today. Santner gave more glimpses of his very budding talent. So Luke Ronchi and Santner were the ones who really took and India were really frustrated because from 56 for 4 they resumed at the overnight score, and the wickets were not easy to come by. The session went by and there were no wickets falling as Luke Ronchi and Santner were really defying the Indian spinners in an admirable manner as that was going. But definitely they were beaten by a lot of balls with a spitting, turning, a lot of things were happening. But after that, finally, when the partnership had added 102 very good runs, the first wicket fell, and that was Luke Ronchi when Jadeja actually picked up his wicket, caught by Ashwin for 80 with 9 fours and 1 6. And the next to go was Watling. Now, Watling probably one would have thought, but Watling had a different approach to things here. In fact, he decided that he would be using his feet against spinner. He was doing it well, and he was willing to pay the strokes. But the problem for Watling was that Mohammad Shami came in with some great reverse swing bowling. As what he did is he actually nipped the wicket of BJ Watling. In 1 over, he actually he first picked up the wicket of BJ Watling by getting him LBW for 18 with 4 boundaries, and then Mark Craig was very cheaply dismissed by Mohammad Shami in the next over, as once again the reverse swing found the stumps as Mark Craig was beaten, and he lost his stumps to Mohammad Shami for 1. And for a change, we had Pace actually getting the wickets here for India, and with that reverse swing thing, they had reduced to 196 for 7. After that, Santner, realizing that he's going to be amongst the tail enders there, decided that the only way is going to try to hit himself out of trouble, and he holed out. Sharma picking up the catch with the bowling of Ashwin, but after making a very good 71 with 7 fours and 2 sixes. After that, what a dismissal from of East Sodhi from Ashwin. The ball actually turning from outside the leg stump and turned across the bat and went on to hit the off bail, I reckon. And so Sodhi was gone was absolutely sort of really squared up. He was bowled by Ashwin for 17, two fours and one six, and Neil Wagner was the last one to be dismissed as he was LBW bowled Ashwin for naught, and it was all over. Trent Boult was not out on two, and the New Zealand innings coming to an end on 236 all out. Thus, India winning the first Test match here at Kanpur by 197 runs and taking a 1-0 lead in the three-match series. And the player of the match going to Ravindra Jadeja for his very good all-round skills that he showed. Now, Ashwin, look at the bowling figures of Ravichandran Ashwin. I mean, he had some good balls to bowl, of which he took wickets actually. 35.3 overs, 5 maidens, 132 runs, and he picked up 6 wickets, and he had a 10 wicket bag, and this is his 5th 10 wicket haul in Test cricket. The others being Harbhajan Singh of India, who has I think it's 6 hauls, and Anil Kumble, the current coach of India, who has 8 hauls, 8 10 wicket hauls. So Ashwin has a lot of cricket to be played, and one is sure that Ashwin is definitely going to break that record. So Mohammad Shami, 8 overs, 2 minutes, 2 for 18 for a change, the pace getting the wickets for India. Ravichandran Ashwin, 35.3, as I said, 6 for 132, giving him match figures of 10 wickets. Truly deserved. Ravindra Jadeja, 34 overs, 17 maidens, 58 runs and 1 wicket. Umesh Yadav, 8 overs, 1 maiden, none for 23. And Murli Vijay, 2 overs for 3 runs. So the first Test match is all done and dusted. India has won the Test match. As I said, was always going to be difficult on a very, very tricky pitch, and that's what precisely happened. And New Zealand have to really look. They really have to look into to see how to combat the Indian spinners. Now, keeping the news on New Zealand here, I will have to say that the New Zealand injury worries have been increasing. The first time we saw that Tim Southee was out of the Test series. The next victim was Jimmy Neesham, and now comes another victim, and which is very sad for them, as Mark Craig, the random off spinner, who bowled very well, I thought, even though his if you look at his wickets, one can't probably make any conclusions, but he definitely bowled well, and the variety has gone out of the New Zealand mix here with Mark Craig actually returning back. He's out of the remaining Test matches against India. And Jeetan Patel. Now, Jeetan Patel, you remember, has played some cricket for New Zealand in the past, and he actually has been doing a wonderful job in the English Cricket League, English County Cricket Championships, and he actually was named the most valuable player, and he was the one who actually topping the wickets tally in the English County Cricket Championships, and he has been summoned. So that should be good news, because he brings in a lot of experience. He's in some good form too. The ball is coming from the bowling arm in a very nice manner, and Jeetan Patel is the one who will be replacing Mark Craig, and I think that is going to be interesting, because Jeetan Patel is a very good bowler, and definitely his confidence would be absolutely sky high now after being the highest wicket taker in the English County Championship this season. So definitely the Jeetan Patel is the replacement who is coming here. And well, one knows that West Indies are in the United Arab Emirates playing against Pakistan. They have already lost the first 2 T20 matches, and tomorrow comes the third T20 match. And in the third T20 match, well, all eyes will be on the West Indies, because the West Indies have to do something here. They have to salvage something. Otherwise, you're looking at the World T20 World Cup champions, West Indies, getting whitewashed by Pakistan 3-0. And the third match, which is coming up tomorrow, is going to be at Abu Dhabi. So for a change, and it's going to be. So let's look at what West Indies can do here. As far as West Indies are concerned, whether they are going to have the same team which played against the Pakistan in the previous 220s, or whether they're going to make any changes. Now that is the moot point which one is going to see. Now Nicholas Puran, as you know, who has definitely is a very good hitter of the ball, and he has been struggling. He was dismissed for single-digit scores in both the matches, and the news is that Roman Powell, who did very well in the Caribbean Premier League, would be getting a look in. And why not? They have to do some changes here. because, as I said, it's essential for West Indies, the T20 World Cup champions, to see to it that they don't allow Pakistan to actually whitewash them. So, in that case, looking at the West Indies team, the problem for West Indies, according to me, has been that the big guns have not been firing. Marlon Samuels, Kieron Pollard, these are the ones who have to fire tomorrow. That is very essential if they have to really, really avoid the whitewash from Pakistan. Johnson Shaw, the opening combination has been struggling. They've not been able to get hit the straps when the Pakistan spinners have been bowling, especially Imad Wasim, who has been given the ball every time by Sarfraz Ahmed, which has been a very good ploy on the part. I thought it was a good captaincy by Sarfraz Ahmed, the new Pakistani T20 captain. Johnson, Charles, and even Lewis. Andre Fletcher briefly showed some form, but again that was not enough. And Roman Paul probably will replace Nicholas Puran. The West Indies spinners have also been ineffective, barring Samuel Badri to a certain extent. I thought Sunil Narine has been largely ineffective, and if Sunil Narine could really get going tomorrow, that would be great to see. So Roman Paul probably, and Roman Paul is an exciting player, let me tell you. One saw his batting in the Caribbean Premier League, is also a useful pace bowler, medium pace bowler too. So it will be interesting to see what Roman Powell can bring to the table tomorrow. Pakistan, well, they are absolutely confidence personified. Sharjil Khan probably would be hoping that he could play a long innings tomorrow, in the sense get going and probably get more runs under his belt. Khalid Latif, everyone have got a hit there. Khalid Latif, Babar Azam, Umar Akmal, Malik, Sarfraz Ahmed, everybody. Imad Wasim has been doing a wonderful job. I mean, he has been doing the containing job to a real T, one could say. And Mohammad Nawaz, I mean, this Pakistan outfit is looking pretty good, no doubt about it. But the only thing is that tomorrow this match is going to be played in Abu Dhabi, and I'm sure Abu Dhabi is a larger ground than in Dubai. So there would be, I don't think one would be seeing a lot of 4s and 6s biffed, but one has to wait and watch. So Pakistan have nothing to lose. They are going to go for the juggler, no doubt about it. And the World T20 champs, West Indies, they have to see to it that they don't get humiliated tomorrow with a 3-0 series whitewash by Pakistan. So that is one thing. And also for the test matches, the test series which is coming up, and one knows that this test series is going to be very exciting, because the first test match, which is going to be played in Dubai, is going to be played on 13th of October, I reckon, and that is going to be a day-night test match with a pink ball, and United Arab Emirates is going to get the first taste of day-night cricket here. So just talking about that, day-night test matches, I would say, and talking about that, just on the same topic, the Pakistan captain Misbah ul Haq has already mentioned that the day-night test matches would be the way to go, and that is the one which is going to really catch up. Why not? And also one more thing, Jamal Warrican, the left-arm spinner, has been selected for the test matches, so he comes into the team. He's a quality spinner. He has been bowling well too, so he comes back into the team. So, well, dear fans and subscribers, I have one thing that I would like to talk just before leaving this cricket show. One would have not heard much about Saudi Arabia in cricket, but today I thought they have really created an upset, because there's a quadrangular series which is being played in Kenya, and the news is that Saudi Arabia went on to defeat Uganda. And so I think it's an upset. It could be caused as an upset, because Saudi Arabia has not played a lot of cricket. We have not heard much of Saudi Arabia, but here comes Saudi Arabia, and they have defeated the Ugandans. And Ugandans, let me tell you, they are good players, and they have been defeated. So I think that's a sort of a real upset which has happened, according to me, as far as international cricket is concerned. I know it is not something that people would be wanting to know, but let me tell you, cricket is cricket. I really love the game of cricket, so it doesn't matter where the cricket is coming from. As long as it is cricket, I'm always there. Well, dear fans and subscribers, that's it from me, your host Ram, for this night here on Cricket Happenings, and we'll be seeing you all tomorrow on my next Cricket Happening show. Till such time, it's good night.